Faz representação. É, ativar. Yes. Good afternoon. If you're there, can you let me know? Um, you can hear me. If you can hear me, can you let me know? In the chat box that you can hear me. I'm very delighted to welcome you this afternoon. If you can hear me, can you just type into the chat box to let me know you can hear me? I need to be sure you can hear me. If you see my message, can you please reply if you can hear me? Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Ishmael, can you hear me? Ishmael, can you hear me? I need a confirmation before I continue. I want to be sure that you all can hear me. So please, if you can hear me, or if you're seeing my message, can you please reply to the chat box and tell me that you can hear me? Okay, I guess I have to wait until I'm able to get a confirmation that you can hear me. All right, I see two people are here. Can you hear me? Can you tell me you can hear me? So apparently you cannot hear me. If you can hear me, can you please type into the chat box that you can hear me? Can you all hear me? Hello, hello. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Anyone, can you hear me? Okay, so it seems like you all cannot hear me. I will do something quickly. Microphone. Okay. Can you all hear me? Good afternoon. If you can hear me, can you tell me you can hear me? Okay, you cannot hear me. So can you hear me now, Ishmael? Thank you for letting me know. Ishmael, can you hear me now? Ishmael, can you hear me now? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? You can unmute yourself to tell me you can hear me. If you can hear me. Ishmael, can you hear me? Ishmael, can you hear me? Oh, great. Thank you, Namupa. Okay, okay, okay. I'm highly excited. Now we can begin to fire hand. I'm delighted to welcome each and every one of you to our live training. The chat box is there for you to communicate with me at any point in time. Just so you know, this is going to be an hour training. I want you to prepare yourself because in this training, I'm going to teach you the 7 steps framework to export and sell your product in the US without you running after people who is going to buy your product. And I'm going to give you the keys, the tools, and the systems to make you successful. How good, how better can that be? So I want you to stay with me. I want you to stay committed and I want you to follow me in this slide. Now, the question is what is real economic independence? Of what use is a country in being independent by itself but does not have the economic power? And so this has plagued the continent of Africa for so long. But the good thing is, recently the government in Africa is beginning to wake up to its responsibility. They're beginning to see how they can leverage the power that they carry. Most of the products that is being consumed in the West, they're from Africa. Without those products, they can't even survive. And so the government in Africa are beginning to say, listen, we don't want to send you commodities only. We also want to make our own product. We also want to have value added product so that we can have more jobs for our people. And of course, if you see recently now that a lot of African government they are pushing so hard. They're pushing so hard for exportation for us not to be reliant on the oil sector. So today's training is for you and it's perfect for you. If you already have a product that you've created and you want to export and you're looking for people to buy them outside of the country, maybe in the US or even anywhere outside, or maybe you don't have a product but you have access to product and you want to sell them here, or maybe you're struggling to expand your business outside of your country into the US, or maybe you're an entrepreneur. You just want the knowledge of what is required for you to be an exporter, or you're just seeking for information to leverage this opportunity. A lot of the currency in Africa is going down. The exchange rate is going down. So if you are looking for ways to make money and do foreign exchange and earn money in foreign exchange, this is an opportunity for you as well. My promise to you this afternoon is that you will leave this training ready to export your product. Nothing should stop you after this training from being able to export your product. I will give you as many tools as possible. And I'm telling you, nothing I'm teaching you is based on theory. Is a result of all the work that I've done over the years and during COVID 19 because a lot of things are changing. So, my question is, can I count on you? Can I count on you? I want you to respond in the chat box if you're going to cooperate with me and we're going to have a great time this afternoon. So, in return, I ask you that you keep an open mind because a lot of the things I'm going to be sharing with you, you probably already know. And you may be thinking, oh, I know that, but you may not know it the way I know it, and you may not know it the way I'm going to apply it. And I want you to try as much as possible to take as many notes as possible. All right. So let's move forward. So, what we're going to cover today, I'm going to cover why export business is a golden opportunity for Africans now, and how you can earn in foreign exchange and foreign currencies to improve your financial independence. I'm going to teach you the 7 simple steps framework
Guys, hold on 1 second. There's a noise coming. I need to shut that noise down. Hold on 1 second. All right, I think this is better off. So I'm going to show you my 7 steps framework to becoming successful within 6 months or less. I'm going to show you how to get reliable buyers for your product without even leaving your country. And I'm going to show you how to export products without you paying money to customs. That is my promise to you today. Well, for those who are ready to take actions, I'm also going to give you access to the list of people as of today who are looking to buy things from Africa. People who are actively buying the product that you have available all over the place. Fonio, moringa, you know, cassava, or tiger nut, all sort of products that people from here are looking for. If for those who are ready to take action, I'm also going to give you that. And also, listen, one of the things you need to understand is you want to sell a product here, they're going to check you out. You need to have a product page where you can have the attributes of the product, the picture, the ingredients, the history, and all of that. If you take action today, I'm also going to give you that. How good and better can that be? And it's going to get better than that. Just follow me. All right. Just so you are aware, if you don't have a reliable buyers, then the business cannot succeed. This is one of the things that has killed a lot of businesses over time. When you have a good product, but you do not have anyone to buy your product, it's a big challenge. So the question is, you may be wondering, who is this dude talking to me? My name is Benga Omotayo, and over the last 6 years, I've been following my passion of helping entrepreneurs and businesses launch and expand into global market without having to go run after buyers. I'm a father of four with four great kids and my beautiful wife. I live in New York City, and I'm the founder of the USAfrica Trade and Business Network. I'm also the author of How to Start Your Home Business While Employed. I'm a Rising Star recipient by Congresswoman Eva Clark for the work that I do in this space. And I've received citation for my company from the New York State Senate and from the House of Representatives. Now, why should you listen to me now? Why should we be having this conversation? Because now is the time. Everything has a time and a purpose and its season. This is the time for you to jump on this opportunity that has opened up to Africans because our products are gaining more visibility, because people are more conscious of living healthy and buying organic products. So this is the time for you to listen. And I mentor entrepreneurs, diasporans, and people in Africa who are looking to selling their product into this market. With my interactions with hundreds of African exporters, I understood their challenges and I have the solution. And I've been running my African business and connecting other African exporters with buyers and partners in the US for over 8 years, and with evidence of success to show for it. So if you're still with me, I'd like you to drop a note in the chat box. I do not want to lose you. If you have a question, you can let me know you have a question. Just drop your question in the chat box and I'm going to take care of your question. So in the 4 years, in my past 4 years of international trade consulting, I've mentored and I've helped hundreds of export import professionals, Africans in the diaspora looking to importing products from Africa. I have connected buyers and sellers through B2B event facilitation. I've had a one-on-one consulting and my online group courses, resulting in new businesses and sales for my client, providing guidance on hundreds of brokers and distributor negotiation. I've helped many of them created an e-commerce platform where they can put their product, and I've had many of them helped to bring their home product and they're putting their own label, which is white label, and they're selling it successfully. So that is the person that is speaking to you. And so it's important that you understand what I'm doing, what I'm doing. I've shared my stories at various platforms, of the things that I do and why I do them. So let me quickly tell you my encounter with African women entrepreneurs when I went to Florida. Years ago, around the time we launched the US Africa Business Expo, and we started connecting Africans to businesses in the US. I went to an exhibition in Florida, and I met a group of African women who came to exhibit their products. And so despite the huge financial undertakings in logistics, in hotel, in flight and ticket, I realized that the product that they brought to exhibit was very terrible. It was really bad. The labeling did not conform to US standard. The packaging was wrong. The presentation, the marketing. And so you would have thought that someone coming all the way from Africa to sell their product has done their homework and they know what they're doing. So it was very shocking to me more when I heard that many of them they've been doing this for years. So I wonder how can you be doing this? And the funniest thing is the US Customs agent that came to speak also spoke about this. And he said, this cannot work. And so at that point, I realized a lot of our African, especially women, they want to do this, they want to sell their product, they are ready to do the work, but they do not have the knowledge, they do not know what it takes to be able to do that. And that was where my epiphany moment came. And I made up my mind that, whatever it takes, I'm going to dedicate myself to helping them to figure out how to assist these women and men, to succeed and to be able to bring their product to market. And this is what I'm going to be teaching you today. So what I'm teaching you today is something that when I got into it, it took me years to figure it out. It took me with a lot of engagement with people, with conversations here, right there. And that's why I'm very excited. And if people can do this successfully, you also can do it successfully. So I want you to stay with me, and I want you to, like I said, if you have question, please drop your question. And so through the export and import hub that we created and the US Africa Expo that we host every year and my personal coaching, I was able to help African entrepreneurs in Africa and the diaspora assess buyers for their products, list their product on e-commerce site, develop branding and marketing strategies, and on and on and on and on for them. And so before we move on, let me just give you an inspiration. This is one of my students who later became an expert. And this is what he said. He said, the advice he gave still resonates with me years later. Without it, we wouldn't have the success that we've experienced today. Sean has a product that is selling very well on Amazon today, and he doesn't miss our event. He shows up to our event because, like he always tells me, the values are just too much and you cannot miss that. So imagine, just imagine yourself, you now have access to people who is going to buy your products and the market is ready without you leaving your country. You have access to the system and the framework that will may help you to get this product and even get paid without you leaving the country, right? And you have the knowledge and you have the expertise and the guidance, to help you achieve this. Imagine that. What would happen to you? I want you to drop a note in the chat box and tell me what you think would happen. So, on that note, I'm going to quickly jump in to my first promise, which is I'm going to show you why export business is a golden opportunity for Africans today. You may not know this is a golden opportunity Now, the government in Africa, they're supporting export heavily. You see, because when government export goods, they sell it to foreign market, to consumers, to businesses and government. And when they have balanced import activity coming to support the demand, then it's a great opportunity for foreign exporters. So then there'll be economic growth. The country can earn in foreign exchange. So and those exports bring money into the country and increase the exporting nation's gross domestic product of that country. So as the government in your country is pushing so hard for you to begin to export, as the country is benefiting, you yourself will benefit. They have a lot of rules, a lot of trade policies now to enhance you, to support you to export. You should leverage on that because that is what it means. It presents great opportunity for you to make money and improve your financial independence. You know, they're providing great support. Another reason is because there is a consistent increased demand for organic food and healthy food options here. Why? Because it's just a fact. It's just the moment. It's just the season. People want to eat organic food. People are tired of produced food products and commodities, and they just want quality. And Africa is the place to go. And many of these products, they are known to be out of Africa. For example, Fonio is a product that everybody knows is just out of Africa. It's an amazing product that the world has yet to discover and is beginning to gain visibility. And also with the COVID-19 pandemic, everybody, a lot of people work from home, and so that's another health challenge. They can't do more exercise, they can't walk around, and people are more into health consciousness. They want to eat healthy product, and that is where you come in. And with COVID-19, there has been a disruption in the supply chain and the supply route in China, you know. And so the buyers here and the retailers here, they're beginning to think what is the next option for their business to go. And it's Africa right there. In fact, there's some countries in Africa that are just 7 hours away to Florida, just 7 hours, direct flight, you know. So Africa has that opportunity to maximize what is going on in the market. And of course, with the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, now the market is 1.2 billion people, and there's a lot of values that comes with that. Now you can have more bargaining power. There is more consistency when it comes to a lot of the standard, that is required. I could go on and on and on to tell you why export business is an opportunity for you now. But let's go to the meat of today's training, this masterclass. I want to go straight to the 7 simple steps framework that you would use to become a successful exporter. I want you to be aware that this same framework, I've used it and it worked, and you can use it and it will work for you as well. Because if you want to succeed in exportation, you have to prepare yourself. There's no two way about it. It's not your market. You don't understand, you don't live there. You have to prepare yourself. You have to understand what it takes. All right. And you need knowledge. You need knowledge. So I'm going to teach you a 7 step framework. And this is the same framework that I'm using, to help my students, to grow their business. And so let's jump right into this 7 step framework. The number one is to create a source for in-demand products that meets all requirement. You can see that I highlighted all required standard because there is a standard problem that a lot of African products are dealing with, and so buyers are not interested because they don't want to do the heavy lifting work. They expect you to have done your homework and to have done your research. You see, so the first thing is you need to leverage research tools. The number one research tools in this world is Google. even though there are better ones, but Google is your base. Use Google to research trends and get data of what products are in demand. You know what their needs are. What product are they buying right now? Look for graphs and details. They are all over the internet. You know, then zero in and determine if there's readily available, you know, product in your neighborhood. So you probably are the one who is growing the product. Then you find which market, for example, in the US or in the 55 states of the US, which one is going to buy my product, or where is the demand for my product. Or if you don't have a product of your own, then you search for product that you know is going to sell. What do I mean by sourcing for a product? You can buy from the farmers. You can give them your specifications. You buy that product, you either package it, with added values, with labeling and packaging, or you can sell it as a commodity, as a white label for somebody else to use it and put their label on it, and they can use it, to sell to sell their business. When you're just starting out, it's very important that you get the right product. If you don't get the right product that is needed in the country you're going to run into problem. You have to know the product, you have to know the trend, you have to see where can you compete favorably. If you're going to be comparing with product that within 1 hour, 2 hours, Latin America is just 3 hours away. They fly in fresh vegetables, they fly in fresh mangoes into all our stores, and we go in there to buy this thing. You can't compete with that if you have a product that does not have a long shelf life. So you have to understand all of this and go for product that you know that they don't have and is in demand. And that is where the research work comes in. You just have to get your product right. And when you get your product right, everything else becomes easy. So the number two, so before I move to number two, here is this fact: producing products the market wants, getting access to reliable buyers, and having the system to ensure you succeed is all you need to change your life. Is all you need to change your life. If you can get this done, then you're in a better place, and you can replicate this over and over, not just for one product, for multiple products for as many times as possible. You can even teach people and make money and become a consultant because now you've tried it once and it worked. Quickly before, while we're talking still on product, just so you are aware, a lot of products that you should look into: fonio and all the superfoods, coffee. Ooh, you can sell coffee to retail stores, to pop and mom store, to a restaurant, to an hotel. A lot of places you can sell your tea and coffee. What about your herbal leaves as well? What about natural skin and beauty product? But for starting off, you should avoid every product. Why? Because of logistics. It's going to cost money to ship them. Do you know there's some leaves that you can ship a whole box for less than $100, and you can make 100%, you can make 500% profit because they are leaves and they're so light and is in demand. So look for avoid every product, avoid product with low shelf life, and technical product that will require training and a lot of explanation. Quickly, number two framework is the place. The place here is talking about the market that you're selling to. In this case, we're using the US as an example, so I'm not going to dwell too much. So let's assume we already know the market, you know, because your exporting success depends heavily on getting to know the place you're targeting. If you fail to do this, this is why many international expansion or exportation get into problem. Understand the potential, learn how to properly and legally export. Don't cut corners, understand what is acceptable in the US. It's not every product you can export to the US. You need to understand that. You need to understand a lot of this, how the system works, the sales channels. It takes understanding, it takes research for you to understand the market you're selling to. Your product may have been doing very well in your local market. That does not mean it's going to do well here. You need to understand the system. Even packaging, there's some packagings that will not be accepted here. People will not buy them. Either they're too small or they're too big. What about the labeling, which I'm still going to talk a little bit on? So it's very important for you to understand the place, which is the market. And quickly, I'm going to go to the third framework, which is your packaging. Packaging is one of the major, in fact, if not the number one compliance issue that products they deal with in this country. Because there is a way that FDA wants your product to be packaged. And even for your own good, some product may get spoiled if it's not properly packaged. And you also know about perception. People, the fact that you're coming from Africa, people may have a low expectation, but let your packaging beat their imagination and they think, wow, because perception is reality. What they perceive on the outside is what they think the quality inside would be. And also the labeling. FDA have specific rules on how product coming into the US has to be labeled. Don't think because they use kilograms in your country, then you're going to put kilogram on your product labeling. You have to understand the market, understand that they use pounds and they use ounces. You have to list the ingredient and you have to break it down the way they want it. You have to talk about where the product is coming from, and on and on and on and on. Packaging is very, very important. It's very, very important, and I cannot stress that enough. And the next framework, okay, before I move on to the next framework, let me quickly talk about Tokumbo. Tokumbo's story will inspire you. He never exported before. He only attended our program and followed my thought, our systems and process. And today he's doing well as an exporter to the US. He's doing very well. I think he has about he has his own store now. He brings his product and he sells them here. So he only attended our program and he followed the system the way we taught it. And today the rest is history for Tokumbo. If Tokumbo can do it, you also can do it. The number four system is partners. You need to be able to leverage a system to find reliable buyers and partners to work with. There's a lot of scams, there's a lot of unserious people out there. And so, for you to get the right buyers, people who are willing to work with you have to leverage a system. This is the number one problem. When we did a survey, this is the number one problem that is coming out on and on and on, where people are saying they can't they can't get buyers. This is the number one problem they're dealing with. Now, I'm going to tell you that the first thing you want to do is, before it used to be through offline sources, you go to exhibitions, but COVID has made it impossible to do that. You buy list of the internet and you begin to do cold calling. They're not that effective. But one effective ways that you can leverage is an online approach. An online approach would allow you to leverage tools like Google. Google has a suite of products, that allows you to search on the internet. The first one is Google Keyword Planner. If you have a Gmail account, you already have a keyword planner, and it's free. You can use it to target any country. But in this case, of course, we're targeting the US. We're using the US as a case study. You can do it without leaving your home. Just use Google Keyword Planner, identify the country with high demand, dig down on cities to search for relevant buys, even individuals and companies and retail outlets. So Google Keyword Planner would help you just by using keyword. You type in the keyword and it will give you the data right there. And with that data, you can predict where things are. So when you have confirmed that this is the country I want to go, or this is the region I want to go in the case of the US, you know, then you begin to get the contact information of this individual. But of course, this works alongside other framework that I'm going to teach you, right? Then what all you have to do is go to Google AdWords and open your AdWords. When you open your AdWords, Google AdWords, go to tools. When you go to tools, then you should be able to see your Google keyword planner. Now, then you just like I said, you just enter you can even enter say a keyword like ginger. When you click on ginger, you click get started. You can see historical metrics to get an idea of how many monthly searches is ginger getting, in that region or in that particular country. Similarly, you can check the demand of ginger, you know, just by following the steps that I've highlighted. Also, you can use Google search. Google search is Google search, like I said, is the number one tool to do research, right? So just type in the product on Google search and on and on and on. And the other tool you can use is Google Alert. So Google Alert is a very good tool because if you're interested in, again, ginger in the USA or ginger sale in the USA, you can create Google Alert with your Gmail account. Any information around the sales of ginger in the US, you get an alert. Anytime there's a mention about ginger sales in the US, you get an alert. So with that, you keep yourself updated of the current trend in that country. And that is how you understand how to get buyers, you know, in each country. Now, despite all of these ideas that I've shared with you, there's still limitations. There's still limitations. What are these limitations? Despite all the tools, there's a limitation of trust, because like I said, a lot of the information cannot be wholly relied on. Either you're getting the wrong information or the people may not even respond to you because you're reaching out to them over the internet, right? What about visibility? What about getting samples across if they ask for samples? So there are a lot of limitations that comes with the ones that I've shared with you. And that is why I'm excited to tell you that we created Africa's number one product discovery and sourcing platform. This platform is an easier, reliable way, to find supply. Remember, you are the supplier, right? So if you are able to get your product listed on this platform, we have people from this end of the world who knows that every person listed on that platform has been vetted, they've been checked, their product have undergone quality check, and their product are ready to go into international markets. So your concern should be, let me get myself into this platform, because if I'm able to list my product on this platform, then everything works. How does it work? You list your product to be discovered. And the good thing is you have a page for yourself, you know, where you can list your product, and it highlights the key details, the brand, and your company details all in one place. So that is the innovative solution that we're using to be able to meet that challenge of finding buyers. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more. So the bottom line is wholesale clients sells more volume. When you have wholesale account, you sell more volume than direct to customers, because it takes less to fulfill. Even though it may take you a lot of time to get an wholesale account, but when you get a major buyer through that platform, you may just be folding your hands. When the product is finished, when inventory is finished, you replenish, you replenish, you replenish. And that may just be all you do. And so let's jump in quickly. The next framework that we're going to use is the promotional platform. You need to determine your promotional strategy. You have to think about how will you promote your export in the target country. You need to understand one thing. The thinking has always been, I have a product, I want to come and sell. I don't need to promote it because I just want to sell. But you have to think from the mindset of the people who want to buy your product. If you're talking about consumer, okay, but when you're talking about people who want to resell, they want to resell because they want to make money. And so they want to be sure that your product is going to be sell, right? They want to be sure it's going to sell. They want to be sure there is an active buyers list out there. People who are crazy in love with your product and they're willing to buy. And so it's your responsibility to do a little bit of promotion and visibility around your product. And I'm going to use Alison Ball's steps. She has three steps framework, you know, that she uses. And the first one is attract. Now, you need to first attract people. You need to attract them, and you also need to understand that there's a particular type of people who love my moringa or who love my tea. You need to attract them because the more you're able to attract a community of buyers, the more internationally, when they Google you, they see that people are already consuming the product, people are already speaking about the product, and that gives them the confidence to consider you. So, and it tells them there is a social proof that this product will sell and it's selling. So, you have to figure out a way to attract them. And you also have to understand what problem does your product solve, because when you are able to define what problem your product solves, then it's easier to market and you leverage social media. Now, our number two step is pitch. You need to understand how to pitch to these buyers, how to pitch also to people who are here, the companies and the retail stores who wants to buy product. And that is where we come in with our platform where we've automated everything for you to be able, you list your product, the buyers comes in and they see your pitch about the product, and without even doing nothing, the platform already gives them everything they need. While you're sleeping, they are doing business with you. They can order samples, they can order product on that platform. And finally, the number three steps is just to continue to grow. So the goal is not just to get them to buy the product, but the goal is to keep them continuously interested to keep buying your product so that you can remain on their shelf. And number six is to find the community of buyers and sellers to support you. You are in Africa. You need, remember the story of those women? They didn't have a community. If they have a community of people in the US who understand what the market requires, like customs agents, FDA officers, customs officers, buyers, and intelligent consultants and government agencies who are on the same platform with them, they would have understood what it means and what they need to do. And so you need to find a thriving community of export and import trade professionals to support your drive, to help you access the needed support. And we have a perfect community. We have the export and import up community, which helps you to solve your problem. And you need to understand that people is probably your most important P out of the 7 P that I've been sharing with you. Because when your product is being sold here, there is probably a need for customer service, for follow up, for demonstration, for a lot of customer service support. And so you need a system, you know, that does not just give you a place where you can interact, but a system that will also provide you the needed support through through a people that we in our system we would provide with you. And finally, the final simple step process is to leverage a system. You need to have a system to help you automate everything. Everything I've been talking about, you need to have a system that will do all of it for you. You don't have to do all the work. The place, understanding the market, the packaging, the labeling, finding buyers, doing promotion, and getting people to do customer service. All of it, including even making sales, taking care of logistics, warehouse, fulfillment, and getting paid. All of this, you need a system. And that's the system we have. We have the system. We have the system that will do all of this for you. And so I'm excited to share this with you today. So, briefly, in summary, what we've covered today: why export business is a golden opportunity for Africa now, and how you can earn in foreign exchange. We've covered 7 simple steps framework to becoming a successful exporter in less than 6 months. We've covered how to get reliable buyers for your product and how to export your product into the US market. Now, the final one, we've not touched on that, but I'm going to skip that. But for those who are in our program, we're going to show them. It's basically leveraging our Goa, but I don't want to overwhelm you. I'm just going to skip on that today. And so, yes, so these are the 7 frameworks that we've covered today, which I've already spoke about. So I'm going to ask you, how can you apply these 7 framework to your own export business and start selling in the US? Do you see yourself doing it? So you have 2 options right now. Your first option is you can go forward from here and start figuring it out yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes experience is what counts. A lot of people they learn that way. You know, little by little you follow the systems and you make it work. And the journey may take you 6 months, may take you 1 year, may take you 2 years. But the most important thing is you get the knowledge and you can do it by yourself. Or you can follow step number 2. You fast track everything by using our 7 steps framework, by using our proven system. There's a system. So this training is just giving you an understanding of what our system can do for you. You see? But we also explain how the system works. So you can follow and hack and figure it out yourself and do it. Or you can key into our platform so that we can help you. You see, and that's just the reality of what it is. Let me quickly tell you the story of someone that I know in Kenya. She tried to do it by herself, but she didn't have the system that we're showing you today. And it's not a funny thing. She imported some artifact, and the buyer rejected it. Now she's been paying storage for almost a year. Now we're in the process of working with her to help her get her sold, to help her get those products sold. And she's been paying so much money on storage. Product was not bought, and she has to continue, you know, to spend money in, on storage and logistics and all of that. So this is the best option for you. Option 2 is you could learn the exact strategies and shortcuts so you can do this yourself. Does it mean you're going to do everything? No, you're not going to do everything yourself, but at least you have a deeper understanding and you can leverage our system. And it is the opportunity that I'm offering you this evening. I put together a program that will walk you through building your own successful export business practically. I mean, when I say practically, without you doing anything, you know, practically without you doing much and without you traveling. And that is what I'm offering you tonight. There's more. There's so much more. I just gave you my heart and my soul, and I've showed you my exact strategies. So I want to ask you, would you like me and my team to help you get started with exporting your product into the US today? If you want me and my team to help you, just put a little note in the chat box, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more. For those of you who are interested in learning more, the training is officially over, but I would encourage you to see what we offer you. So for those of you who would like for us to help you, so that you don't have to figure it out by yourself and get into mistakes and headache and try and error, and for figuring the sales, the payment, the shipping, the storage, the customer service by yourself, and you leverage our system to do this yourself. Let me introduce you to Export and Prosper. It's a complete proprietary framework and practical guide to export readily accessible in-demand product from Africa with little money and without you running after buyers. Like I said, it's a proprietary framework. And so, what you're going to get is not just the framework, you're also going to get a guide that would help you to accomplish that. You're going to gain access to buyers in the US. You're going to get funding support, gain the right knowledge, take your product to the US market, all by leveraging our system and our process. And there's going to be a curriculum, an online course, that has been created, a video course that has been created. Now, remember, what we're giving you is not just the video course. The video course is actually to show you how to understand the framework. You see, so that in itself is valuable. It's a valuable amount of knowledge that you can replicate yourself, and you can even turn yourself to consultant and do the same for other people. So we're giving you a course to support this program, and you gain lifetime access. It's a step-by-step framework. You gain professional support along with a community of buyers and sellers. And people like you are going through the same situation where you can exchange ideas, you can talk to one another. All you have to do is to follow the systems, is to follow the framework. Now, what do you get? You're going to get 10 modules that you're going to get step by step. What else do you get? You're going to get one-on-one coaching calls to make sure that you get the product out. We're going to get you on a one-on-one call. We're going to drill down into what the challenges are and help you to get your product moving. It's practical. You heard what Sean said. It's practical. It's not just theory. It's actionable. What else do you get in this program? You join our live coaching calls for 2 hours every Saturday. We come online. We can even showcase one of you and say today we're going to be talking about you, and we look at your challenges and we find solution to it, and we move forward. While you also we bring case studies of other people who are doing the same thing as you, and you can learn through that. But that's not all. We're also going to give you templates. These are all copy and paste. It's going to how to reach buyers, how to communicate with the people you're selling to, how to talk to custom agent, how to do marketing promotion, how to create your own product page, send emails. All of those things, we have the template that has already been written. You just change your name and the name of your product, and you're ready to go. So I'm not sure why you showed up today. Um, Even though you're very visible, you showed up. Maybe you want to get the right knowledge and guidance to make your export business more profitable, or you want to have access to willing buyers in the US, or you just want to be seen as someone who is, exporting to the US, or you want to gain this opportunity of earning in foreign exchange. Whatever reason that brought you here, I want you to hear what Sean said. He said the training is well structured and focused on taking action. Most courses I've seen are more interested in drowning you with knowledge than helping you achieve that dream result. This program is built to force you to take action. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to force you to take action. And I know you're curious about this must cost arm and leg. It's going to be so expensive. And I know you're curious about that. But that is not all. I really want you to succeed. So, apart from the program, see the extra bonus that you're going to get in this program. Number one, we're going to give you access to African marketplace, and that is where you can list your product. That is where you're going to have your own page, and that is where we have people in the US looking for African products right now. They keep going there to check your product. They can order for samples. They can ask. They can buy outrightly. They can read up upon your product, your history, and everything. They can contact you, and on and on and on. That is a number one bonus. Number two, we're going to remember what we said about you having a community to support you. We have the export and import up. that we're going to give you access to. And this is a hub where you can join. There are a lot of people there from all over the world, producers, marketers, service providers, trade professionals, government agencies, freight forwarders, buyers, and sellers in our community. It's, I think it costs $50 a month, but we're going to give you a free access if you join our program today into that program. If that's not all, we're going to give you a list of people who wants to buy out of Africa, who are importing into the USA as of today actively. We're going to give you access to that list. And for those of you who want to build structure around your business, I'm going to give you a copy of my book, How to Start Your Own Business While Employed. And that is going to help you to be able to structure your business. I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing. I do not know what you're feeling right now, but we thought through with this and we know that there's nothing that you need other than what we're giving you right now. And if you follow this system and if you're willing to just follow our steps the way we have given it to you, then you've got nothing to worry about. You would be able to succeed and you would be able to be what you want to be. All right. And so that's not all. This is a everything together that you get access to to that platform, African Marketplace. You get access to our hub, the US African, to the export import hub. You get access to the list of our buyers, people who are looking for product out of Africa, and you get access to how to start your home business while employed. So this is everything you get. You can see it on the screen. All of the things that you get is right on the screen. Everything is right there for you. And so I want to encourage you to sign up right now because as we're here, I just felt this is your moment. And so if you enroll today, typically the cost is $1,997, or you can do a three instrumental payment of $797. But because of the virus and what is going on right now, I want to encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity. We're giving a discount and we're selling this program for $997 or a three instrumental payment of $397. How good can this be? And if you jump in today, if you jump in within the next 72 hours, we're going to create a website for your product. Remember what I said about marketing. Even though you're selling to people here, but they want to know that there is a market for your product. And one of the places they will go to is they will go and check you out on Google. And we are going to give you a complete, done for you website for your product if you sign up into our program. We came into this space not to make money, but to help our continent of Africa, and that is why we have to give you all of this. We've thought through everything, and this is all that you need to succeed. So, on that note, I want to thank you for listening to me. I want to thank you for listening to me, for hearing me talk about this opportunity. And so, without wasting much of your time, click on the button on the right and sign up now into this program. And I will see you. I will see you in the program. Now I'm going to take your question. We have 3 minutes for the 1 hour mark. We actually, yeah, for the 1 hour, I promise it's going to be 60 minutes. So if you have a question, you can put it in the chat box and I will be willing to take your question. And if you don't have a question right now, if a question comes up later, or you can follow me at Meet Benga, and that's at MEETGBENGA. You can ask me your questions and I'll be willing to support you. I look forward to learning more from you. I look forward to hearing more from you. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. And I just want to thank you for the opportunity to do this presentation. Whether you sign up to this program or not, what I've given you today It's all that you need, all that you need to be successful. Nothing else will hold you back. All right, we're still on uh 58 minutes. I'm still waiting for question. 2 more minutes to go, and I'm going to wait for that 2 minutes. All right, I see Abu Boima. Yes, go ahead. You can ask your question. Namupa Nengola, ask your question. Ishmael, good to see you, Ishmael. If you have any question, you can reach out to me. Yeah, my email address is here. I just sent you my email address, and yes, that's my email address, Abu Boima. And I just want to thank you guys. Be on the lookout whether you sign for my program or not. I'm going to be sending you great content that will help you. I'm committed to helping you succeed in this journey. Until next time, I encourage you to be inspired, to succeed. All right, take care now, and bye bye.